Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a layout process for you using the Paper Person October kits. So I'm showing you this layout. I created this layout a week or two ago, but unfortunately my video was corrupted, so I couldn't share it. But that's okay. So today we're going to create a companion page to the layout I just showed you. I have printed 3 of the digital 3x4 cards that come in the Paper Person kit. I have printed them on 8.5 by 11 paper, which gives me some larger papers to work with to create a 12 by 12 layout. I'm also going to be using my Paper Person inks because they are a perfect match to the Paper Person kits. Let's get started on the layout. I have 2 12 by 12 sheets of white cardstock here. Now, one of those pieces of cardstock is thicker than the other. The one that I'm going to cut the circle out of is the thinner cardstock. And then the other paper that you see on my desk is thicker, and we're going to use that one as our background. So I'm using my oldie but goodie Creative Memories circle cutter, and I'm cutting a large circle out of the middle of that thinner white cardstock. We're going to use both of those circles. So we're going to use the inside and the outside today. I'm going to start by taking the inside circle and cutting it in half. Half of this we're going to use, the other half we're going to set aside, and we won't use that one. Next, I'm going to take the 8.5 by 11 pattern papers that I printed from the digital 3x4 papers, and I am going to go ahead and cut all of those papers into 1/2-inch strips. I actually think I ended up cutting half of each paper. I still have a bit left over, but the idea is that we're going to cut each of these patterns into strips. If you have a Paper Person kit, you know that you are emailed all of the digital cards, and I was really curious and I wanted to see if I could print those 3x4 pattern cards at 8.5 by 11 if they would print nice, if they were good enough, if the JPEGs were good enough quality to be able to print larger, and they totally were. So that's a little hack to know if you are a 12 by 12 scrapbooker and you'd like some larger patterns from your Paper Person kit. You can very easily print those larger patterns onto 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and they print perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and take that half of a circle and I'm just filling it with tape runner. I find that this is the best adhesive for going ahead and just adding strips paper on paper. So I didn't want to use wet adhesive. I didn't want to use tear tape. I just felt like my tape runner was going to be perfect for this. Now I'm taking all of those strips and I am adhering it to that half a circle. I'm just lining them up. I don't want stripes. I want it to look almost like a quilted pattern. So I'm just going ahead and filling this whole circle with all of these patterns just the way you see here. And then once I have that all filled up, I'm going to add more tape runner, add more strips, and then once I run out of strips, I'm going to grab my scissors, I'm going to trim off the excess strips that are hanging off and use those to fill in this entire circle. And now we have half a circle all ready to go. What are we going to do for the other half a circle? Okay, let's get started on the other half of our circle and get our layout or our background together. This is just our background. Remember I said we're going to use both parts of that circle we cut. This is where we're going to use the second part. So this is the outside of the circle. I am lining it up with my background paper and creating a stencil kind of. I'm going to put my half a circle and lay it into the stencil. And then I'm going to grab a pencil and I'm going to put the pencil underneath our quilted half a circle. And I'm going to give myself a guideline that kind of runs underneath the circle. Why am I going to do that? Because for this second half of the circle, we are going to stamp. I am going to stamp that other half a circle using all of those beautiful paper person inks I showed you at the beginning and the stamp set that goes with the kit. I'm also going to pull out this Lizzie alphabet stamp from Ellie Studio because I love it, and it has all of these tiny little shapes on it that I want to use as part of my stamped design. And now we stamp. I'm alternating colors. I'm alternating the stamp sets from the paper person with that Lizzie alphabet from Ellie's Studio. And yeah, this turned out so cute. I'm really, really happy with it. Was a bit of a labor of love. It did take a while to do, but totally worth it. And here is the finished part, stamped image and the big reveal. And then what we can do now is we take that quilted half a circle that we already did and we line it up and we have a full circle. And now we can go ahead and get our photo and just a little bit of embellishments. Remember, if this looks busy to you, that we're going to cover some of it up. I'm going to go ahead and put my photo right in the middle, and then I'm going to add some patterns behind my photo with the papers from the kit to make sure that the photo doesn't get lost, because right now you can see it's getting lost. I'm going to use the 3x4 card. This is actually the 3x4 card that I printed the digital version of to create my background. So I'm just going to go flipping through all the patterns in the collection and finding the ones that I want to use. In case you are curious, I will have at least one more layout using this kit, simply because, well, I'll actually have two. One, because I have photos picked out already of photos I want to use with all the beautiful blues that are in this collection. I haven't even touched any of the blue elements yet. And I still have my challenge. I want to use that October calendar page. I just haven't quite figured out how to use it yet, but it will be used. So I'm going to create some layers behind my photo to help to make sure that the photo stands out against the background. I'm going to use the kind of diagonal stripe in the gold and then that dark pattern. Cooper says hello, by the way. So now I'm going to go ahead and go through the leaves that came in the kit, and I'm going to choose a couple of them to use on my layout. They're not going to necessarily stay where I put them right now. I'm just getting a feel for how I want this layout to be designed, and I'm also going to add a title. I went ahead and added some gold splatter to the top left and bottom right of my page. I used Shimmer's Golden Days spray. That is my favorite gold, and I just wanted to add a little something to kind of create almost like a diagonal line on my page. I have these absolutely perfect canvas flares from Scrappin Happy Studio, and I really want to use them on this page. I'm going to go ahead and use the puffy stickers from the kit, and I'm going to put my title down. My title is going to be Sunflower State of Mind, and if you have any doubts about why this title is so perfect, when you get to the close-ups, make sure to look at my little Fitzy's face as he longingly looks at the sunflower that he wants to sniff. And then I'm going to choose 3 of these beautiful canvas flares, and I'm going to place them in a visual triangle, and then underneath the flares I'm going to tuck in some of those beautiful leaves from the kit. And that's where we're going to call this layout all finished. I love how this turned out. If you are a stamper girl like me, definitely give this technique a try. It is such a fun and unique way to use a stamp set on a scrapbook layout. Here are all of the close-ups of this project, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. We're almost to the end of the week. Bye.